How can specific new uses of technology and design enable meaningful, fast, and sustainable development of urban informal settlements? "2010 marked a milestone in modern urban history. More than half of the global population were living in urban settlements. That means every other person on the planet were living in a city. And the urbanization is not slowing down. The UN predicts that by 2050 the number of urban dwellers will have reached nearly 7 billion people. By then, 7 out of 10 people will be living in urban environments. And today the global urban population is already close to 4.3 billion people. But the fastest growing urban environments is not skyscraper cities or suburban housing development. It is slums. Self-built, informally planned, citizen-made urban settlements that are growing in the outskirts of our major cities at a shockingly fast rate. These areas are already home to a striking 25% of the urban population worldwide. That means 1 out of 4 urban dwellers lives in an area defined by the UN as a slum. And these areas are spread out all across the globe, with a majority in third world countries. The UN predicts that by the beginning of 2050, 1/3 of the global population will be living in slums. And finding solutions to improve these informal urban settlements might very well be the biggest urban challenge of the 21st century. It is of the highest importance that designers, planners, and architects work globally to create a better environment for these people. Simultaneously, we see the growing impact of the digital revolution in our environments as the world enters the era of Industry 4.0. Modern cities are turning into giant machines for harnessing digital information and data, sharing knowledge, resources, and assets on a whole new level. This new idea of sharing and the instant access to goods and information has sparked the beginning of a new economy, the sharing economy. Could design and technology be joined together to help secure sustainable development of these exposed urban environments? Inspired by the work of Creative Commons, WikiHow, and Icon 3D printing, with the possibilities of the digital revolution and our ability to share information and data, instead of production happening in mega factories and then being shipped all over the globe, design and architecture can be shared digitally through open source. Then, following these new ideals of the sharing economy, it could be made available to billions of people worldwide. Drawings and blueprints for these designs could then easily be downloaded anywhere in the world for free. And with the help of modern technology like 3D printing and CNC milling, these buildings can be manufactured locally, in many cases with the use of local material and building techniques. Once the part has been cut out, and the structure can easily be assembled, or printed in sustainable material using a large-scale 3D printer. The assembly process is fast and straightforward, making it easy to construct without much previous knowledge. Once the structure is finished, the other building components can be installed. Walls, ceiling, windows and doors are mounted onto the finished building structure. This method is cheaper, faster, safer, and more accessible than any other building method used today. And when things become really interesting is when individual citizens take a simple design and redesign it after specific needs. These new designs can then be uploaded back onto the open source network and made available to billions of other people. Since 1975, the price of solar panels and green energy has dropped drastically, and this has led to an increasing amount of people producing their own green energy. Predictions even say that the price of solar panels is likely to drop to a point where the marginal cost for producing energy will be basically zero. Individuals could then produce produce unlimited green energy by themselves for free. And imagine equipping these houses with cheap solar panels. Inhabitants could then produce their own completely renewable energy for free. And if the houses were then connected back onto a power grid, the excess energy could easily be sold back to the community, powering other functions and households, creating a community of affordable, safe, sustainable housing with unlimited access to renewable green energy. Bridging architecture and design through technology to sustainable, meaningful, and secure development of these areas is essential in the fight against the rapid urbanization and the exponentially growing urban informal settlements.